$205 million, up 34% in constant currency for your security portfolio. You're arguing that it's potentially the biggest cloud security business out there. How should we be defining cloud security for investors, especially in the wake of this Capital One thing, right? Which is very difficult for people to parse. It's kind of a firewall configuration issue, but it's in the cloud. I mean, is that something that you can fix, or is that a whole different wing of cloud security?
No, that's an area where we can really help. And I think it, speaks about the need for zero trust architectures for enterprise security. The traditional model for enterprises was to have the firewall or the perimeter, around the castle. Mm-hmm. And once you're inside, it's okay. And there's a couple challenges with that. First, today it's easy to get malware on employee devices. They bring them inside, inside the perimeter, and then you got a big problem. And the other challenge is that enterprises are moving more and more of their sensitive data into the cloud. And it's easy to move it to the cloud, but it gets a lot more complicated to secure it. And we see an unfortunate number of big data breaches happening as a result of making that move.
Yeah.
And those are things that we can help with our zero trust architecture and our enterprise security professionals that help banks and other large companies move into the cloud safely.
Also want to talk about OTT. It was a driver for your overall business, and you expect it to be in 2020 as well, with the election cycle, with the Olympics. What are the particular, gears in the machine that make these big events bigger for you? Is it phone upgrades, perhaps, that are a leading indicator where people have bigger screens and therefore are going to stream higher quality video?
Yeah, it's across the board. More and more people are getting connected. More and more content is moving online. It's moving online in higher quality levels. And to your point, people are watching on bigger screens. You need better quality. That means more traffic. So we're seeing a very large increase in video traffic on our platform. And it could be that it increases even more next year as you get more OTT services coming online. Just a few weeks ago, we carried a cricket match in India that had 25 million concurrent viewers, which, that's a record for the internet, and that was just in India alone.
I want to go back to cloud security for a minute, because for the past quarter, strong growth in that division again, up 32% year on year. Clearly there's demand out there for the services and the security solutions that you're providing, and yet we continue more broadly to see companies face these massive data breaches and these hacks. Are companies doing enough, or is it that the hacking techniques have become so sophisticated?
Well, there's big entities out there trying to cause harm. You got nation states, you got organized crime operating on a massive scale, and it is hard today for an enterprise to keep up with that. But, that's where Akamai can really help. We basically stopped denial of service attacks. We've stopped, the attacks that deface a website, that take over, bank accounts. And the next frontier is stopping these data breaches. And I think with our new enterprise security products, we can take a big dent out of that. And a lot of the attacks we've seen, we can prevent, today.
The speed of the 5G rollout in the U.S., how much of an influence is that going to have over overall OTT traffic for you?
I think 5G is really exciting in general, but also for Akamai. I think you might even compare it to the revolution that took place online when we had broadband rollout. For those that can think that far back when we didn't have it,
yeah.
You're going to bring a lot more people online with a lot more bandwidth and throughput at the last mile and a lot lower latency. And that means, well, a lot more traffic, which is, of course, good for Akamai, but also it means that there's going to be a lot more IoT applications. IoT's been a pretty cool buzzword so far, but talking to our customers, they're all now developing real projects, sensors in sneakers and in clothing, sensors on merchandise for automated checkout and tracking. The airlines, so you come into the airport, you are automatically updated about all the particulars on your flight. Gaming companies, automobiles, all working on IoT, and that's going to be enabled by 5G, which makes it very exciting.